Okay, so this is an informative video about how to avoid speeding ticket convictions in Texas. There's a lot of clients that we have call our office that don't realize the ramifications of actually having convictions reported on your record. And there's some pretty substantial penalties that go along with speeding ticket convictions, traffic ticket convictions, moving violations in Texas. Some as severe as having your license actually revoked or suspended. And so hopefully this will help outline what you need to be aware of and what you need to avoid when dealing with traffic violations in Texas. First off, what you need to realize is that the old days of taking the ticket, crumbling it up, and throwing it out the window are over. Everything in Texas is electronic and electronically monitored, and so it just takes the click of a button to have some pretty serious penalties handed down. And so the worst thing you can do is avoid the ticket altogether. So let's get started on what you need to be aware of. Texas, since 2003, has been on what we call the point system. And the point system is basically an electronic tracking system that allows courts to report violations to DPS. And for each violation that you get, you're assigned a certain amount of points based on that violation. Most violations are going to range anywhere from 2 to 3 points, depending on what the actual violation is. For example, if you were stopped and alleged to have gone 10 miles over the posted speed limit, in most cases, that's going to be considered a 2-point violation. If you were in an accident as a result of a moving violation that was your fault, then those are normally going to be categorized as 3-point violations. If you get too many points assessed on your driving record at any given point in time, then that's where the penalties start to kick in. And so let's talk about those penalties that can be assessed. There are many different types, but these are the main ones that we see our clients dealing with on a daily basis. First off, individuals who have had 6 or more points on their driving record are assessed a surcharge every year they maintain 6 or more points. And what you need to know about these points is they stay on your record. Now, the conviction themselves, they stay on your record forever. But the points, they are a moving target. They stay on your record for 3 years. So if you get a speeding ticket today, and it becomes a conviction, and it's a 2-point violation, those 2 points will remain on your record for at least 3 years. Okay, at the max 3 years actually. And so what happens is, let's say you get a ticket today, a ticket next year, and a ticket the year after that. That puts basically 6 points on your record over that 3-year period, which could cause you to have some of these penalties that could be assessed. So some of the penalties, again, are surcharges. And what surcharges are is they are financial penalties for basically being a high-risk driver, what's considered a high-risk driver in Texas. And so the first penalty that you get is $100 for the first 6 points on your driving record. So again, that example where you get a ticket January 1 this year, January 1 next year, January 1 the year after that, will put you in the surcharge program and require that you pay $100 for this first 6 points on your driving record. Every point thereafter is a $25 surcharge. And these surcharges are annual. So for every year that you're over your points, you will be assessed that $100 surcharge or more, depending on how many points you have. So another issue that we see quite regularly is the actual suspension of a driver's license based on convictions for traffic tickets. So if you see the bullet point there, 4 or more moving traffic violations within a 12-month period is going to buy you a suspension for a year. 7 or more is going to get you a 2-year suspension. And so they're very, very, very strict in Texas when it comes to traffic ticket convictions. So what do you do to avoid these types of situations? How do you keep traffic tickets off your record? Well, I can tell you that most of the time what we see is just a lackadaisical viewpoint on what traffic tickets can do to your record. And so what we see is a client comes in and says, wow, my license was suspended, I don't know why. Well, we pull their driving record and see that they went off and paid a bunch of tickets just saying, oh, that was the easiest thing to do. I just went to the window, I did it, and so I just wanted to get rid of it. Well, that may be the easiest thing to do, but it's not in your best interest. The only entity that helps out is the court system, because they don't have to do any work whatsoever other than click a button and send that case up to DPS to have it monitored. So you never just want to pay the ticket. You always want to take the opportunity to contest it. And to do that, your most powerful weapon when you're contesting a traffic ticket is to plead not guilty and ask for a pretrial date. Now, when you do that, they're going to ask you to select a jury trial, a trial option. A lot of people will say that they want to do it just before the judge. There's two different options in a trial before the judge and a trial before the jury. Always select the jury trial option. You can waive it later if necessary. If you're scared to do public speaking, which a lot of people are, but it gives you the most leverage when negotiating a deal with the court, because jury trials take a lot of time. They take a lot of effort. Courts don't want to do those types of trials, and so you want to have the most leverage when you go into that first pretrial court date to make it advantageous to you. So once you go to that jury pretrial, you're going to have an opportunity to discuss your case with the prosecutor. Now, what you want to do with the prosecutor is not state the facts of your case. They don't care. That's for trial. They don't care whether or not you say they clocked the red car and your car was blue. They don't care about any of that. What they want to know is, what's it going to take to get this case resolved so that you don't set it for trial. And so at that point, they're going to give you some options. Many of the options that you'll see are things like deferred adjudication, driver safety. There may be some other options available to you. So discuss those options with the prosecutor. Determine which one best fits your budget and time schedule, and select that option that fits your situation. If none of them fit your situation, you still have the option to set your case for trial. And so you've given up none of your rights. You've reviewed all of your available options, and at that point you can try to make an informed decision as to what best suits your purpose. So hopefully this video was informative, and again, if you have any questions, what we'd suggest you do is to contact our office. We do traffic tickets all day long, every day, for every city across the Metroplex in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we can be reached by calling the 1-800 number here, listed on our website. You can see it at 1-866-921-3684. Monday through Friday, we can be reached by clicking on our live chat function if you enjoy taking advantage of those types of options. A lot of our clients do. You can submit your information through our email box. What this does is it'll send an email to us and we'll email you back. So whatever options you want to take advantage of, once you get that traffic ticket and you're concerned about keeping your insurance rates low, your driver's license in good standing with DPS, if you'd like for us to take a look at that case and figure out what